Hey guys, we're up in Vero Beach today because we found a boat up here we think you'll find interesting.
So let's just get onto it and let's take a look at the boat. This is our boat now.
Oh my god.
So we hitched a ride on that canoe right there. We're starting at the stern of the boat here. And I'll follow you, Randy.
Alrighty, so what I'm noticing is a nice wide aft end and davits. Cool deck boxes are actually attached to the deck, which I thought was interesting.
Deck boxes on deck. This is a big hatch to an equipment room that's down below. We'll take a look at that from down below. But
I also noticed, and I thought this was really cool, I don't know if you guys remember our first boat, Somnium, we had behind the mast furling for the mainsail. And I noticed that the mast and the mizzen have behind mast furling, which we thought worked great. I know racers don't like that, but for a cruiser, I thought it was awesome because our in-mast furling sometimes jams going into the mast, and it's really frustrating. So I preferred behind mast, personal preference.
yeah, so you got behind the mast furling, both the mizzen and the main. Really, really cool. Big winches. So we're going forward.
Got your granny bars for safety.
Big. These are like 1.5 inch granny bars. These are thick. And that mast is.
Oh, it has a stored away whisker pole.
Whisker pole right there.
So the tender has a cradle on deck. So it has a designated spot for it to go.
This is a sailing dinghy too, babe.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's got should have a dagger board there, and
This is where your mast
that's where your mast goes. Yep.
Very cool.
So you can sail it or you can motor it.
Staysail and your head sail. They're both furled. And then you have your windlass as well. This looks like, is it manual or?
This looks like it could be manual. I'm not sure. It's probably electric, but it might just be older.
This is nice. Organization.
Yeah. Multiple anchors. Nice bow pulpit there. Going back, just look at this boat. It's I don't know what it is, but the lines are just really cool, and the way that cockpit comes up gives you really good visibility.
I know we've pointed these out on a few other boats, I believe, so I would just point out that they have also the little prisms that disperse the light down below, which is I always think is cool. And this must have access. There's some controls inside the cockpit here, so I'm guessing this is just access to those controls.
Let's take a look.
Like electrical,
We've got some storage back here and
the electrical.
some behind. We got behind all the electronics and stuff in the cockpit, so you got access, pretty good access to all of that. It's pretty nice.
All right.
All right, and then we've got the main mast here, and then again with that furling behind the mast furling main, which we have experience with. We actually like a lot, and it looks like all the controls go to the cockpit. So let's go into the cockpit.
Got a nice captain's chair.
So this is definitely a pilot house.
Yes.
Nice protected cockpit. Very protected. You know, I could see weathering out a storm in here and
Oh yeah.
not really being phased because you have a full enclosure around you.
You don't have to be lonely. There's room for others as well, which is nice.
What do you think, Randy?
You have great view, especially with this window open. Just the heat in Florida kind of destroys windows like these, so you might want to do a little replacing.
Yeah, the windows are a little crazed, but you know.
These are your autopilot control.
There's your engine.
Yeah, there's your engine controls. You've got...
What is this? Is this an old school radar sonar?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
That is cool. I wonder if that still works. That's really awesome.
I want to know what this is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is either. All this old technology, it's so cool, but I don't recognize any of it because, you know, it's probably older than we are.
Possibly. You said the previous owner had owned it for how long?
21 years.
21 years.
So the owner has owned it for 21 years, and he's cruised the Caribbean with it. And electronics can stand to be upgraded, obviously. Maybe not the autopilot, that probably works pretty good. But, you know, and then obviously the windows are a little crazed, so you probably wouldn't want to replace those. But I mean, this cockpit's it's awesome.
Yes.
I mean, just a little bit of work, you're going. Let's go down below. This is cool. I didn't notice it. I almost missed this cubby that's up here.
Oh, yeah.
So as you're going down, there's this cubby right here. There's the DC panel for the wheelhouse. You come down into the main saloon. And it's big.
Yeah, it is. It's very comfy. So you've got a little nook seating area over here, which is nice.
And it's pretty big too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can sit probably 6 to 8 people there.
And on what boat are you going to find extra counter space?
Just extra.
Just extra counter space.
We just have some extra counter space over here.
I just thought that was funny.
Under here, there's good storage. There's good storage everywhere in this boat that we've noticed. It's just, I mean, this boat's really set up to live aboard, and that's what the previous owner did for a little while.
Whoa.
I'm sure someone in the comments can tell me what kind of radio this is. Maybe SSB or ham or something like that. Down here. Just access panels.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's just access panels everywhere. Got your ship's bell. And right next to that,
Got a lamp,
the lamp, and then
coal
this is
or wood burning stove.
yeah.
Don't need it in Florida necessarily. Actually, you know what? In the yard last year, it was so cold a few nights that this would have been nice.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite parts of this boat right now. I really like that. It's really cool. The old school stove.
Yes.
You got the mast. And you've got, I mean, this is a legitimate pantry on a boat. So, I mean, you just have so much storage.
Then you got your galley style galley.
Yeah. So we'll go aft first, and then we'll go forward.
Nice windows.
Oh yeah. So
Port lights. I'm sorry. Nice port lights in the galley.
Oh God, Randy.
I know.
You said windows and not port lights. But
Stove is gimbaled. It didn't look like it.
yeah,
Wow.
gimbal with Force 10 stove. Pretty nice stove. And you got, again, lots of storage right here. Nice big sink. You don't really see sinks this size on boats.
Looks
And
like
then
you
you
got
have
two ice boxes.
Yep, it's a fridge and a freezer on one side, or fridge on one side and a freezer on the other. And then you've got your microwave.
More pantry.
More storage. Oh wow, look at all those spices.
Yeah, and I mean, it's actually a hanging locker, so your option of what you want.
This boat has a spice rack. So I've got the pin out, and then this comes up like this, and then I believe it goes right here. Boom, you've got extra counter space while you're cooking. That's really cool.
I like that a lot.
We're going into
The aft cabin.
the aft cabin, the main cabin, or the main berth. And I'm being told that this right here obviously is a huge engine. But on top of that, a king-size bed goes. So this is a king-size bed going this way, the ships.
So we're going to show you the engine first, and then we'll show you the bed.
Take a look at that. So it's got 4,500 hours on it. And it is a commercial grade Volvo diesel engine. Batteries right there.
That's a lot of batteries. So now we've closed up the engine compartment, and the bed basically folded in half to come down. So we have like a queen to king size bed here.
It's definitely a king.
King?
Yeah. It gets a little narrow right here,
Yeah.
but it's the width of a king.
The width.
Definitely back there.
Tons of storage over here, on the other side of the bed, behind the bed, like all around crazy storage. And I'm
Huge.
guessing this is I actually didn't go in here before. Is this a head?
Yeah, it's the head. It's the ensuite.
Nice. Oh my gosh, there's a separate shower.
Yep.
Nice.
You can see, and there's a big mirror where you can see yourself. You can even see the new microphone I'm using with the GoPro.
Hopefully the audio is a little better.
Hopefully the audio is better now. Here is the head here, and then you've got your separate shower. Nice little ensuite. More storage right there.
You have a little lounging area in your suite.
That's where you put the crib where you have your baby.
Alrighty, so we've got distribution panels, correct?
Yep. So this is the AC and DC distribution panel. It's in the master stateroom. If you sit on this berth right here, you can access it pretty easily. And you got access down there too.
To the wiring.
And then what I like is farther aft of this, and you can kind of see it. But Randy's head's in the way right now, but we're gonna go back there. Master stateroom, head, distribution panel, and then just aft of this stateroom is this giant equipment room. And you've got 2 diesel generators in here, along with all the other equipment for the boat. Compressors, air conditioners, all that stuff. And then you have a huge access hatch right there as well. So this is the aft deck right here behind the cockpit. And you can access this room from obviously where I'm at right now. And you can open that up, access it from the deck as well. So really good access for all your equipment. I love having a dedicated room for all of this. I'm a little sweaty. I don't know if you guys can see that. We're on a mooring right now, so obviously there's no air conditioning or anything. Going forward from the
Master suite.
king size berth
To the galley.
through the galley.
To the saloon. And then we come forward even more into another berth, or double berth. What would you call this?
These are bunks.
Bunks.
So got 2 berths, 2 bunks on one side.
We've got a head over here on this side.
You've got a wet head right here. Pretty big actually for a wet head.
Yeah, it is.
And you've got, this is like a little like writing table with storage behind it.
Station. Desk. This is a deep hanging locker. Like you can hang stuff to hide stuff behind it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So that's
really
a
deep.
big locker. Lots of cubbies and storage along these berths as well.
And then forward toward the V, or the bow, I should say, I guess.
So not a true V berth, but you do have a pilot
berth.
berth up here.
You have a little vanity and a sink in here too. So this is for whoever wants to do a lot of makeup. Not I.
The owner said this was like the captain's quarters, so
Oh,
the captain's wearing the makeup.
I guess so. There are female captains, Jordan.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The captain's wearing the makeup.
And then there's all your road for your anchor.
The anchor locker. There's a dual chain locker both sides. So John, the owner, was telling me, he's out of town right now, but he was telling me that these steps are to get in and out from this hatch. So that's why it's a captain's quarters, so that you can get in and out without disturbing
Anybody else.
anybody else.
And lots of storage right here too.
Yeah, and lots of storage back there as well. Okay guys, so as we've done on previous boats, I'm just going to do a nice walkthrough of the below deck real quick, just so you guys can get like a cohesive view of everything down below. And we're going to start from the bow, and I'm going to end in the stern. So starting in the bow, you've got your kind of captain's quarters, or your extra pilot berth up here. And then you've got your bunks right here. Your wet head right there, and then going aft you've got your main settee, more counter space, wood burning stove. You've got your pantry, huge pantry, lots of storage, galley, then going aft through the galley. You've got your main cabin, your owner's cabin with your king size berth. Your ensuite bathroom right here, head, with your separate shower. You've got a mirror with Jordan in it, a pilot berth, and then just aft of all that, you've got your equipment room. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna thank Pete here for the ride. He does all the maintenance work and everything on the boats in the harbor, so appreciate it. Thank you,
All
Pete.
right, you guys take it easy, drive safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Very nice to meet you.
You too.
So what did you think about this boat?
I think the biggest thing I was thinking while going through the whole boat was just bang for your buck. I mean, this boat is a really good value. It's really big, and the owner's really not asking a lot for it. So we're going to put a link to his information in the description below, along with the asking price.
And I think the best part about this boat is that after a quick checkup, making sure the engine's running and everything like that, it's basically ready to go. There's a few cosmetic things like replacing windows for the cockpit area and possibly doing a few of the hoses. But other than that, I mean, the interior of the boat's in good shape. You could pretty much sail away in it now and just make sure that this is the boat you really want, and then figure out what you want to work on from there.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a boat to move onto, I mean, you can move onto it today, basically. You know, it's ready to be lived aboard. And obviously, we'd recommend doing a complete survey and that kind of thing, just like Randy was saying earlier, just making sure everything's functioning. But, I mean, I really don't have anything bad to say about the boat. I mean, it's in good shape. It's a great price. I talked to the owner over the phone, and he's owned the boat for 21 years. He sailed the Bahamas and the Caribbean in the boat. He loves it. He's just ready to move on with his wife. They're retiring away from the boat instead of retiring to the boat like some people do. But yeah, I mean, it's he just wants to sell it. He's not looking to make a whole heck of a lot of money on it. So I think it's a good deal.
So if you're interested, once again, his contact information is in the description below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to follow along with our journey. And if you want to know each and every time we upload a video, go ahead and hit that notification bell.
See you guys.
Bye.
I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson, hey.